We got top 10 villain showcase of powers in One Piece. Freaking Bolsolino with the kick.
Phenomenal journey to win the
thought
title
Marines
of
were
Pirate
supposed
King,
to be good,
Monkey
man.
D, Luffy, and the Straw Hat Pirates haven't had it easy. Evil of different shapes and colours lurks at every corner. A legion of villains, each more wicked than the other, plays a pivotal role in the growth of our
Blackbeard.
champion. The sheer
Whitebeard.
range of characters is staggering, and their mind-blowing prowess in battle makes watching this shonen series that much more exciting. So without further ado, Vinny Chu brings to you all the things dangerous and diabolical in this video of top 10 One Piece villain showcases of power.
I'm the type of guy that really likes a good villain, you know? When they're not too weak, they're slightly overpowered a little bit, and then like with the main character and can like overtake them. And I also like when they have good characters, because often they put like just like random villains in, and they don't even mean anything. I like a good villain that has good backstory to it.
And number 10 is a fight of cataclysmic proportions between the Shichibukai Sir Crocodile and Luffy in the Alabasta arc.
Twice. Oh!
The mysterious warlord is the first major antagonist in the series and the only one to completely defeat Luffy. Not once, but twice. Innately cunning, Crocodile can be said to be on par with Don Quixote Doflamingo, both having masterminded the collapse of entire countries. The Devil Fruit user, Crocodile is a sandman capable of manipulating sandstorms to devastating effect. Pitched against his impressive repertoire of equally cruel and sadistic techniques, Luffy is left impaled once, dehydrated once, and poisoned as well. And if not for pure dumb luck,
messed
the saga
up, Crocodile.
would surely have been a short one.
I don't know why he kind of looks like a mix of Frankenstein with that thing and like some vampire. I don't know why, because his abilities are not even like closely related to that.
Sadistic techniques. Luffy is left impaled once, dehydrated once, and poisoned as well. And if not for pure dumb luck, this saga would surely have been a short one. Way before the time skip, without the knowledge of Haki, this memorable duel had us hooked for the overwhelming power displayed by Crocodile and the insane tenacity shown by Luffy. An important milestone in our hero's journey, this battle brings
Crocodile's pretty
Luffy
weak,
to the
right, compared
forefront
to
of
others.
the eyes of the world government and the pirate world.
That's like early. His ass shriveled.
When God precedes your name, it says it all. At number 9 is none other than the god of lightning, Enel himself, wiping the floor with
unique.
4 strong contenders. Roronoa Zoro and
Freaking Eminem looking ass.
Lightning Enel himself, wiping the floor with 4 strong contenders. Roronoa Zoro and Nico Robin of the Straw Hat Pirates, former god Gunfall, and Shandian warrior Wiper.
Is it actually a god though? Because if he's a god, then that means he's undefeated, right?
The 4 unlikely allies are the last ones standing in a wicked survival game orchestrated by Enel, who's the embodiment of arrogance itself. Despite showing righteous anger and fight, the 4 are easily defeated by their supreme nemesis. Relatively early in the series, this is our first look at Observation Haki, which when used in combination with his insanely overpowered lightning, makes Enel an unbeatable adversary. To top it off, a prerequisite for being a god would probably be immortality, and Enel proves to be exactly that when he jumpstarts his heart with his lightning after suffering near-fatal damage from a reject dial attack. It's difficult to name a more unassailable adversary, and Enel is just that.
He literally restarted his heart. Well, I guess he's not like a true god. Well, I guess he has immortality unless he gets like his body completely destroyed. But is lightning his fruit? Yikes. Yeah.
As luminous as God Enel is, the next villain is Darkness Incarnate. In the 8th spot, Marshal D. Teach, aka Blackbeard, devours an entire town on Banaro Island with his creepy power.
What? Creates a black hole?
A more hateful villain is difficult to imagine, but Blackbeard must trump the worst. Having been part of the Whitebeard pirates, one would expect him to have a shred of a conscience. However, that would be a tall order. After killing a comrade over a devil fruit and escaping, the unscrupulous villain decimates a whole town to give a demonstration of his stolen powers to his former commander, Portgas D. Ace. The insidious dark fruit, which is considered to
I'm really scared to see, like, what if Blackbeard just keeps on eating fruits? Because there's technically no limit, right? He ate 2, or what is it? Yeah, I think 2. And technically, he could be unstoppable. So maybe that's what's in the end of One Piece? Maybe?
Be the most evil.
The ultimate
it's a
fight.
perfect match for this fiendish pirate. And what follows next is much more horrifying. The inevitable execution of Ace and the summit war at Marineford, triggered by this ghastly duel, propels Blackbeard to the very top of the list of arch enemies in the One Piece saga. And we wait with bated breath to see justice served.
Oh man, is that the whole town?
Up next at number 7 is
so.
the unfathomable Bartholomew Kuma appearing at the end of the Thriller Bark arc.
Bubbles! That's so useless. He's just spamming.
Despite being a founding member of the Revolutionary Army, Kuma was nonetheless seen as a villain because of his affiliation with the world government.
How can you destroy him if everything just bounces off of him? Isn't his like ability similar to Luffy's though then? Because they both have like gum-like-ish
to exterminate the Straw Hat Pirates right after they defeated Gecko Moria in a bruising battle. The warlord makes a hell of an appearance before the ragged survivors.
It's a big boy.
Despite his honourable side, Kuma decides to act upon his orders. Having eaten the pawpaw fruit, he's able to repel anything with the paws on the palms of his hands. As cute as that might sound, Kuma creates a powerful bomb by compressing air into a small paw-shaped bubble.
So it's kind of like worse Luffy, you know, only on his hands. I feel like. Because Luffy can do it to his whole body, and then he has other stuff that he can do with it too.
The Ursus shock, and releasing it at the incapacitated crowd. Before the time skip, it was a rarity to see such a massive destruction. The blast radius covers the entire island ship, as well as a substantial part of the ocean. The effect is stupefying, and Kuma lives up to his title of tyrant in this merciless attack.
Oh. Ursus shock. Damn, Kuma's kind of strong. By the looks of it.
And number 6 is the charismatic evil Don Quixote do Flamingo, a warlord of the sea, former noble, an underground broker who's unleashed a reign of terror in the kingdom of Dressrosa.
Creating a barrier? What is that?
A dyed-in-the-wool Tenryobito, Doffy is the cold-blooded mastermind behind the plight of the enslaved citizens. With the world government and the Marines backing him when chaos erupts in the country, he decides to erase all evidence of his nefarious activities. And he does it in the most sadistic manner possible. Having eaten the string fruit, Doffy can manipulate razor-sharp strings, and when the massive birdcage descends on the people, the panic and fear is palpable. Capable of trapping everything inside, as well as cutting off all communications to the outside world.
Bro, that is so messed up. That's so evil. Imagine you just getting sliced by millions of tiny strings and like everything around you is getting sliced. There's no way to escape if it goes like, you know, around the whole island. That is pure evil.
The birdcage is truly a slaughterhouse, making Doffy a very dangerous man. A scale above Kuma's Ursus shock, this technique leaves no question of survival. The moment Doffy unleashes the birdcage will forever remain one of the most barbaric acts in One Piece history. At the halfway mark now is the glitzy Marine Admiral Kizaru casually strolling in on a cannonball to apprehend the 11 supernovas at Sabaody.
Run!
Part of the world government's greatest military force, Kizaru comes across as an easygoing man, lacking fellow Admiral Sakazuki's extremist views on piracy and
I think it's like the 80s disco vibe to him, you know, the striped clothes and the
side.
glasses.
He follows his own code of unclear justice.
Teleporting.
But make no mistake, Kizaru shows no mercy towards pirates. Basil Hawkins, Uroj, X-Drake, and Scratchman
It
are
just
all
kicks
taken up
everyone.
with their ultimate techniques. It's an impressive display from the monster rookies, but the light human proves to be indestructible. Kizaru is capable of lightning fast speed, and then they don't stand a chance against his glint fruit powers. Imagine being kicked at the speed of light. And when he stands above Roronoa Zoro's broken body...
That's what I was thinking, like, he can technically go around... Well, he can teleport, right? So, like, he can just travel everywhere at the speed of light, which is breaking the universe slightly if he goes fast. Yeah, right?
The Straw Hats can only look on, horror-struck and helpless. An indication of the level of power to be expected in the new world, Kizaru serves as a terrible omen for the young pirates.
Oi.
Making an appearance again at number 4 is the loathsome Blackbeard.
Blackbeard appears again. That ability is kind of broken.
He may come across as a complete monster and troublemaker, but every move he makes is calculated. And that's exactly how he steals the source of Whitebeard's earthquake-creating power, the Tremor fruit, to form a diabolical duo with his own dark fruit. As he unveils the two...
Bro is dripped out as well. I love his character design. He's just got a bunch of diamonds around his neck and everywhere.
Deadly powers at Marineford, we see how well his scheme of capturing Ace fans the flames of the war between Whitebeard and the Marines, leading to the former's eventual death. A mysterious character ever since his meeting with Luffy in Jaya, Blackbeard's exact motives are still a puzzle, but his meteoric rise to power from a little-known pirate to warlord and then to an emperor is nothing short of amazing. When the mighty Marine headquarters is razed to the ground and ocean and sky torn apart, the entire world watches aghast. The final battle between Luffy and the devil Blackbeard will be something to watch out for. Stay tuned for that.
The earthquake.
Top 3, Yonko
Big
Big
Mama
Mom confronts Eustace Kid and Killer atop the Skull Dome, aided by her lightning special homie, Hira.
I don't know, I just Big Mama, the character is just so different. I can't really like take it seriously. I don't know what it is, man. It just looks like a clown to me. Or like she belongs in a circus or something. It's kind of comedic. But at the same time, she's like super powerful, right? Or at least one of the more powerful ones.
Furious at Kid for separating her from her homies and dropping her to the sea most unceremoniously, Big Mom resurfaces with an axe to grind. Prompted by Prometheus to replace the clumsy Zeus, Big Mom creates Hera, feeding her a fragment of her own soul. It's eerie, yet heartwarming to see her address the homies like children. Having been semi-conscious throughout the whole Cake Island arc, we finally see her shine alongside Kaido in Wano. Unlike the other Yonkos though, Big Mom's a little crazy, which makes her unpredictable and therefore much more dangerous. On spying Kid and Killer, she immediately uses Hera to dispatch them with a lightning bolt. The two escape, but a gaping hole in Kaido's castle wall is left as testimony to her raw destructive force. With the fight against Kid still ongoing, Big Mom lends her own color to the series and makes it that much more thrilling.
Yikes! On the face. Damn.
Onto the runners-up spot now, and it's none other than the honor-bound Charlotte Katakuri, sweet general of the Big Mom Pirates.
I love this Luffy's form. It's so like I don't know. It's so unique, so different. Oh man.
Facing Luffy in the final clash after the disastrous tea party on Whole Cake Island, this is a haki fiasco that you don't want to miss. Katakuri is proficient in all 3 types of haki, but when it comes to observation haki, he easily...
Bro, he's actually so strong. 3 types of haki, that's crazy. And then he can't even do anything to him. Like, Luffy's attack don't do anything to him.
This is a haki fiasco that you don't want to miss. Oops. Katakuri is proficient in all 3 types of haki, but when it comes to observation haki, he easily outclasses Luffy by a league. The gentle monster can counter any attack, even if it's imbued with armament haki. And with his devil fruit powers that are strikingly similar to Luffy's, he can mimic his foe's every move and counter it with a larger, stronger version. In contrast...
It's like, how do you fight that? He counters everything, you can't hit him. And he can replicate your abilities and hit you harder than like you actually can.
The gentle monster can counter any attack, even if it's imbued with armament haki. And with his devil fruit powers that are strikingly similar to Luffy's, he can mimic his foe's every move and counter it with a larger, stronger version. In contrast with Luffy's fight against Doffy, Katakuri is more relentless. However, for a breakthrough in Luffy's own powers, the Sweet General provides a much-needed spur. In a long fight lasting over 10 hours, Katakuri stands as a reminder about the increasingly difficult challenges ahead of Luffy, one of which would be Katakuri's mother, Big Mom.
Yeah, how'd you deal with that?
Finally, it's time to raise the curtain
Oh,
on
it's Kaido.
Yonko Kaido's one-punch takeout of Luffy in the ongoing Wano arc.
It's like, how do you make a badass villain? Just make him into a dragon. Have dragon abilities. Also, he looks so cool in like his human form. One punch.
With an introduction like no other, Kaido gets our attention from the get-go. Dead drunk, he soars across the sky in his dragon form and blasts an entire mountain.
I love that he gets drunk. A freaking drunk dragon. Yeah, dude. You see that coming towards you? You run.
Dead drunk, he soars across the sky in his dragon form and blasts an entire mountain in half. The brash Luffy does manage to bring the Azure Dragon crashing down, only to sober him up. Having fought warlords and the powerful Katakuri before, the brash upstart greatly underestimates Kaido, claiming that he'll put an end to him immediately.
I'm actually surprised that Luffy like stood up to him, but I guess that's one of like Luffy's traits, right? He just doesn't back down.
Warlords and the powerful Katakuri before, the brash upstart greatly underestimates Kaido, claiming that he'll put an end to him immediately. However, the yawning gap in power between the two men becomes very apparent when Kaido releases a forbidding aura of Conqueror's Haki and knocks out Luffy in his Gear 4th form with a single blow. Whatever victories Luffy may have garnered in the past, Kaido's...
have they fought in Gear 5 yet or not? Because I haven't seen... I wonder if they fought in Gear 5.
The gap in power between the two men becomes very apparent when Kaido releases a forbidding aura of Conqueror's Haki and knocks out Luffy in his Gear 4th form with a single blow. Whatever victories Luffy may have garnered in the past, Kaido's a different game altogether. Out cold from a single hit, this is a humiliating exit for a tenacious fighter like Luffy, though we're all counting on a strong comeback from the Rubber Man. But as of now, with the battle still raging, Kaido's menacing reputation endures. But for how long? Well, that's the million-dollar question.
Damn. Actually overpowered.
And that brings us to the end of the top 10